Hey everyone, welcome back to Bible Stories 1989. Today we're diving into an intense and kind of wild story from the Bible, Ezekiel chapter 6. It's called The Prophecy Against the Mountains. And trust me, it's packed with drama, a powerful message, and a glimpse into God's heart. So grab a snack, hit that like button if you're excited, and let's get started. Okay, quick context. Ezekiel was a prophet around 600 BC, living during a crazy time for Israel. The people had been hauled off into exile in Babylon and things were looking grim. Ezekiel's job? Deliver God's messages, sometimes through words, sometimes through some seriously weird stunts. And in chapter 6, God's got something big to say about the mountains of Israel. So here's the setup. God tells Ezekiel, hey, set your face toward the mountains of Israel and prophesy against them. Now, you might be thinking mountains, like rocks and trees, what they do. Well, it's not really about the mountains themselves. It's what's on them. These mountains were covered with high places. Think altars and shrines where the Israelites were worshipping idols instead of God. See, back then, the Israelites had a bad habit of chasing after false gods. Baal, Asherah, you name it. They'd build these altars on hilltops, offer sacrifices, and basically turn their backs on the God who'd rescued them from Egypt. And God? He's not happy about it. So God tells Ezekiel to call out these mountains, well, really the people using them. He says, I'm bringing a sword against you, and I'll destroy your high places. Your altars will be smashed, your idols broken, and get this, your dead bodies will be scattered around the very altars you worshipped at. Yikes. That's dark, right? But it's a wake-up call. God's not just throwing a tantrum here. He's hurt. He'd made a covenant, a promise, with Israel to be their God, and they ditched him for lifeless statues. Imagine someone you love choosing a cardboard cutout over you. That's the vibe. But here's where it gets real. In verse 9, God says the survivors, those who escape the destruction, will remember him among the nations. They'll realize how their idolatry broke his heart and they'll turn back. It's judgment, yeah, but it's also a chance for redemption. So what's the takeaway? Ezekiel 6 isn't just some ancient smackdown. It's a story about loyalty, consequences, and second chances. God's saying, you can't worship everything and me, I'm enough. And even when the people mess up big time, he's still leaving the door open for them to come back. Pretty powerful, huh? The mountains of Israel stood as witnesses to both rebellion and restoration. And Ezekiel? He's just getting started. His book is full of wild visions like this. That's it for today's dive into Ezekiel 6. What do you think would you have listened to a prophet like Ezekiel back then? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next Bible story breakdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.